For example, glutamic acid combines with water and produces the alpha keto glutaric acid and also ammonia. So like this, the ammonia is produced in our body. Okay. So how the ammonia is produced in our body? The ammonia is mainly produced in the liver by the deamination of the amino acids. Okay. And here the deamination process is of again two types: oxidative deamination and hydrolytic deamination. Oxidative deamination: alanine combines with oxygen and produces pyruvic acid and also ammonia. And hydrolytic deamination: here the glutamic acid combines with water and produces the alpha ketoglutarate acid and also ammonia. In case of our human beings, most amount of the ammonia is formed from the glutamic acid only. Okay, let us discuss somewhat little bit about the ammonia. Now we discussed that ammonia is a highly toxic substance. To excrete the ammonia, our animal bodies must and should be spending a large amount of the water. So that's why generally the aquatic animals like fishes, they prefer to excrete the ammonia. And such kind of the animals are called ammonotelic animals. And the phenomenon of excretion of ammonia from our body is called ammonotelism. So once again, ammonia is a highly toxic substance. To excrete the ammonia, our body must and should spend a large amount of the water. Nothing but our body means in the sense animals' bodies. The animals' bodies must and should spend a must and should use the large amount of the water. So that's why the aquatic animals like fishes, they prefer to excrete the ammonia. Such kind of the animals are called ammonotelic animals. And the phenomenon of excretion of the ammonia is called ammonotelism. So this is the one important nitrogenous waste material. Now let us discuss about the second important nitrogenous waste material, that is urea. Urea is NH2 CO NH2. So what is the structure of the urea? NH2 CO NH2. Urea is also produced in the liver. It is less toxic when compared with ammonia. Generally, our human beings, they prefer to excrete the urea. Now let us discuss how the urea is produced in our body. Already discussed. The proteins initially break down and produces amino acids. Afterwards, the amino acids by the deamination process produces ammonia. Afterwards, in the liver, by combining with carbon dioxide, they produces the urea. So in the liver, the ammonia combines with carbon dioxide and produces the urea. Let us discuss the overall reaction. Two molecules of ammonia combines with one molecule of the carbon dioxide and produces urea. This reaction is taking place in the liver. Okay, to carry out this reaction, our body is spending the two molecules of ATP as the energy source. Okay, this is about the urea. And the formula of the urea is NH2CO NH2. The urea is produced in our body in the liver. Urea is less toxic when compared with the ammonia. And how the urea is produced, already we discussed. The proteins break down and produces amino acids. Later, the amino acids by the deamination process converts into ammonia. Now in the liver, the ammonia combines with the carbon dioxide and produces the urea. So what is the reaction? Two molecules of the ammonia combines with the carbon dioxide in the liver and produces the urea and also one molecule of water. Okay, to perform this reaction, our body is spending the two ATP molecules as the energy source. Next, urea is less toxic and also it requires the less amount of the water to excrete outside. So that's why terrestrial animals such as our human beings, nothing but man, they prefer to excrete the urea. Such type of the animals are called ureotelic animals. And the phenomenon of excretion of the urea outside through the urine is called ureotelism. Okay, so urea is less toxic and also it requires little amount of the water to excrete outside. So that's why terrestrial animals such as the man, they prefer to excrete the urea. Such kind of the animals are called ureotelic animals, and this phenomenon is called as the ureotelism. And normally our blood contains 18 to 38 milligrams of urea per 100 ml of the blood. So 100 ml of the blood contains approximately 18 to 38 milligrams of the urea. Okay, and every day through the urine we are excreting the 25 to 30 grams of urea through urine. Through urine every day we are excreting the 25 to 30 grams of the urea. And the excretion of the urea itself, it is indicating that we are excreting the two types of the waste materials. Here in this reaction clearly you can see ammonia, it is the one kind of the waste material, and carbon dioxide, it is also another kind of the waste material. So in the liver, both the waste materials reacted with each other and produces the urea. So nothing but here we are in the form of the urea, we are excreting the two kinds of the waste materials through the urine. So this is about the urea. And the third one, uric acid. The formula of the uric acid is C5H4N4O3. Okay, uric acid is also less toxic. It is the less toxic. How the uric acid is produced in the different animals, no need to discuss. In case of the man, adenine and guanine, they converts into uric acid. In case of the man, so in case of the man, adenine and guanine, they convert into uric acid. Then what is meant by adenine and guanine? Already you know very well about the DNA and RNA. These are the two very important nitrogen bases which are present in the DNA and RNA. Okay, next step. In case of the birds, the proteins break down and produces amino acids. Afterwards, the amino acids converts into uric acid. So in case of the man, the uric acid is produced from the two important nitrogenous bases like adenine and guanine. So in case of the bird, uric acid is produced from the proteins. Okay, next step. Uric acid is the less toxic and also it requires the very little amount of the water or no amount of the water to excrete it outside. So that's why generally the animals which are facing the severe problem of the water scarcity like insects and birds. They prefer to excrete the uric acid. Such kind of the animals are called uricotelic animals. And the phenomenon of excretion of uric acid is called uricotelism. animals like insects and birds which are facing the severe problem of water scarcity, they prefer to excrete the uric acid. Okay, next. And such kind of the animals are called uricotelic animals, and the phenomenon is known as the uricotelism. So these are the three very important nitrogenous waste materials. Along with these three nitrogenous waste materials, there are also so many different kinds of the nitrogenous waste materials are there. In case of the starfishes, excess amino acids are excreted outside, and also along with this, there are so many kinds of the nitrogenous waste materials are also produced. We can find in the animal world. What are those mean? Trimethylamine oxide, and also hippuric acid, and also ornithuric acid, creatinine, okay, etc., etc. All those are the various kinds of the nitrogenous waste materials where we can find in the different kinds of the animals. Okay, but ammonia, urea, uric acid, these three are the very important nitrogenous waste materials. So thank you.